Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to a special review. Today we're going to review the Tamashii Nations World Tour exclusive Miles Morales Across the Spider-Verse version. Now, this is basically no different from its normal release. Just want to let you guys know that. You will get a special base though. So, didn't even get a chance to open it yet. You will, however, get a special base with this one that comes with it that you will not get with the normal release. Otherwise, everything included in this one is included in the normal release. Want to make sure that's very clear to you guys right out the gate. Now, let's jump into the video. Let's talk about it. Now, when I opened this, I did not know what to expect proportion-wise because we are going with that animated feel and that look that is classic to that of what we've seen in the movie. Because the movie's not out yet, we don't know what we're actually getting into, which is both scary and exciting. So, let's talk about it. Here we are with Miles. Back it on up just a little bit. And as we see, he has these taller and more slender proportions. When we get to the size comparison, we'll talk about how it compares to that younger Miles we saw before, because we can definitely tell some time has passed between now and then. Because this guy is like tall and lanky, and I feel like this works for the design of the movie. Now, in terms of our look, we have this new it's crazy because it's like this inner sleeve. I thought it was going to be on the outside, but I'm thinking of the design from the video game where these are on the outside. So we actually have them on the inside here for Miles that actually goes all the way down the suit right until the calf of the leg where it ends. Right? Now in terms of our helmet, or I shouldn't say helmet, but mask, this is where it gets really cool because we have like that spotted Kirby Crackle like design. Looks really good. I'm glad that the spider still looks like spray painted on. I'm really glad it still looks like that, keeping that love from the first movie in there. And now we're going to talk about our articulation, which is very scary because at some point you would think the figure like feels fragile, but that's not the case here. It's actually pretty sturdy. I think the one thing you're going to worry about is how you pose up the legs, because he's going to be very top heavy. So how you pose this guy torso up is going to be very important to match that leg distribution. So as you can see here, lanky kid, right? Teenager. So articulation wise, we can look up. With our neck, we can go about that far. Oop, let's fix our focus. So you can see we can go about that far up. We can look this far down. We can tilt side to side. We have excellent tilting. We have a butterfly joint that allows us to rotate out. It's actually a very strong butterfly joint going forward. I'm actually going to raise up just a little bit, make it a little bit more comfortable for my back. So we actually have a beautiful butterfly joint here. We can hit a Y pose pretty much beyond the T pose. We got bicep swivel. We have a swivel here as well too to help you rotate. We have a beautiful, beautiful double joint that allows him to touch his head. We can rock to the side, which is very important for our Spider-Man and our roticulation. Everybody knows that's a made-up word for me. Now here's where it gets a little funky because our waist is very sensitive. With the help of our front articulation, this is about as far as you go forward. You can go this far back. Now, in combination with the drop down leg and moving it up, it'll look much better when you're moving around with your articulation. Now, if you want to get some crazy Spider-Man poses, that is not impossible for your Miles. See? If you want to do some web swinging like poses, also not impossible. Considering we're going to go by like the video game version of him web swinging, there's a bunch to learn. But with the help of these drop down legs, you actually get a nice remix version of web swinging. We do have thigh swivel as well. Like I said before, we have those drop down hips. And it doesn't seem like much, but it does help when you want to get into those crazy poses. As far as our ankle pivot, we can go forwards, we can go backwards, we can rotate outward. We have toe pivot as well. So when you want to do the spider rider kick, you actually do not have a problem with that as well. Now, as far as crouching down to do spider poses, let's take a look. Let's see. Because of the elongated proportions, I feel like he should easily be able to do it. And I think technically we definitely have it here. It's going to look funky. So let's try to make this look a lot better. To rotate with our shoulders up. And yeah, we're still hitting it. With little to no problem. With that being said, I think what we should do is get ready to jump into the accessories. I'm going to get him posed up, right? Want to make sure he looks cool when we talk about his accessories. I'll do it off camera. But in the meantime, guys, I'll see you guys in a second. Alright, now we're going to jump into accessories. As you can see, I got him posed up on a stand. I got this stand from 796 Studios on Instagram, in case you're curious. First things first, let's go over our webbing accessories. We will get a shorthand web line for the short thwippers, right? We will get a long web line, long thwippers, right? Then we will have a web line in general for swinging. Very important for a Spider-Man. Can't go anywhere without it. Then you will have new head accessories, and I really do like this updated sculpt a lot. I really like how this looks. I feel like they definitely match the vibe with the hair. It's really, really nice. And it's cool to see this done really, really well. I'm really glad this was done like this. It hits that slight anime proportion, like that anime feel, which isn't terrible in this case, considering it's an animated movie. Then we have a beautiful smiling sculpt. Fantastic. I even like the way the eyebrows look. They're not completely even. It's like that nervous smile of a Spider-Man. I really like that. And with our unmasked heads, we'll actually get a matching neck peg for it. Oop, let's get it. There we go. I'm actually going to pop this on so you can see it. Looks good. I don't know what's up my focus, but then it's probably because this cool guy is in the background. So yeah, looks really good. Next up, you will have sets of hands. So we have these cool open action recreation hands. It's kind of spread wide. It makes it look really, really good. These are for reaching, jumping, vaulting, things like that. These look really good. I like the inside of the palms being red as well. They're also textured on the outside of the glove, which is really nice. There's also a little arrow right there on the glove, looking really, really good. Then you'll get your open spider posing hands. These are going to be your web line when you're wall crawling, things like that. You have your web swinging hands. I said arms. You have your web swinging hands as well. Last but not least, the thwippers. These are very important. Can't shoot webs without them. Unless you are in a Venom suit or your Cane. Then you got that organic weapon thing going on. Or Toby. Right? Next up is a really cool eye gimmick for the mask sculpt. I'm going to pop this off. And just so he's not a headless horseman, we actually have that on there looking good. We actually get a set of eyes to make it look good. So you actually can just peel it out and you'll get some new lenses. You got to try to match it. There we go. So these are the bigger eyes, as you can see here. So you can actually make the expressions in a mask, which I thought was cool that they added that. I'm actually going to swap in the other lens as well. So you can go big eyes when you feel like it. Come on, camera, don't do this to me. There we go. I like it. I like it a lot. Now, with that being said, we're going to get to the point where we test them out and do the size comparison with other figures. So I'll see you guys in a sec. Alright, now we're going to jump into the size comparison. This one is going to be a very large size comparison because it's one of those things where I think that you should see how many Spider-Man look good with it or that you want to pair with it. Because honestly, because this is a multiverse story, every Spider-Man kind of matters because you can team them up with any Spider-Man you own. I didn't plot all of them. I just tried to plot one from each brand or at least from the movie in that universe so that way you kind of see how it stacks up. So let's do S.H.F. Gwen in the same series. Right, I took the hood off so you can kind of see where she stands. So here's one from the same movie, Across the Spider-Verse, that new Gwen. And as you can see, she is slightly, well, she looks shorter from my end, but she actually may be taller than our Miles here. So they're about the same size, so I like that. I like that he grew up and, he's up there now. And just to show you, here is our Marvel Legends counterpart. Our Marvel Legends counterpart has some blue in there, and I didn't actually notice that until now when I got some lights on it. So here's our Marvel Legends counterpart. He's not going to stand, so I'm going to hold him up like this. Let's actually try to fix that ankle, because I want to put the Gwen in there. Nope, looks like he's going to be a little jerk. And that happens sometimes. So there we are with him. Then we have our Marvel Legends Gwen. And as you can see, they stand close to each other in terms of height, which is okay with me. I like mixing and matching anyway, so I'm totally fine with that. Next up, we're going to do the Spot. Let's move Gwen over. So here is Marvel Legends The Spot from the same series / movie. Here's our Marvel Legends version. He also has that same thing that going on with Miles. So here you are with the Spot. I actually like the way these two look together. I think it's really, really good. Right? Hi, Ichigo. Hi. Next up, we're going to do Spider-Punk. I don't have the entire wave, so I think it's going to end at Spider-Punk for our Marvel Legends. So here we are with Spider-Punk. He's a tall guy. That Ravi. Now I'm going to compare it to our first movie, Mafex Miles, and our Sentinel one. So here we are with the first movie of Miles in terms of Mafex. Here we are with our Sentinel counterpart. And like I said, it seems like Miles has done a lot of growing up in the meantime. He was much smaller then. As you can see, he is a big boy now. Much bigger. Got some broad shoulders now too. Right? So let's remove these two. Next up, here we are with Sentinel and the Mafex Peter B. Parker. Right? So here's the Sentinel. Here's Mafex. I couldn't find all my parts in time, and I don't know what it is with ankles tonight. Maybe it's because it's raining, but all my ankles are either super tight or just not budging today. And as you can see, Peter is still taller, which works for me because he's an adult. I don't think Miles is going to grow up just past him yet. Not going to be up there. Now we're going to get into our multiversal versions, right? So I took another step and did more Miles. So here we are with Mafex and Marvel Legends Miles. Here's our adult Miles from Mafex. Here's our Marvel Legends one from our video game. Oop. There you have it. Let's move these guys over. Next up, you have Marvel Legends Scarlet Spider. I chose him because I was like, he's in the movie, so I felt like it was appropriate to use this guy here. Right. Then I have Mezco Spider-Man 2099. I do not have the Marvel Legends one. So here we are with 2099. I think the bigness of the Mezco works here, especially because he's supposed to be bigger than him. So it really does work for me. Oh, because they mentioned it in the trailer, I'm going to use Peter Parker from the MCU. Here's the Mafex one. Then I'll show you the SHF one next. And as you can see, Miles is a little bit bigger than him. Now we're going to use, Uncle Aaron, a.k.a. the Iron Spider 3. This one is from the Voltec. Again, I don't know what's up with all my ankles today. It's such a weird thing. And then I wanted to use stuff because, again, it's a multiversal story, so you can have some fun. Here is Marvel Legends Vulture. Here we are with the Marvel Legends Venom movie one. You never know what we're going to get out of this movie. As you can see, we have a big boy there. Next up, we got Toby, Spider-Man from SHF. Again, you just never know what you're going to get out of this, so I'm totally fine with putting these guys out there. Then we have Toei Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Then we have SHF Venom. Right? And then if you want to mix around some other brands, just in case you want to see what other stuff you got going on, I'm going to do part 2 to size comparison right now, where I compare to a few other brands. So it turns out I didn't have much left. So, real quick, here's the Yamo 112 from Noda Collectibles. Sun Wukong, which I thought was dope. Let's put him in there. You never know. Then we have Foosh Ninjas. Now, Spider-Man against ninjas is something I'm always here for. He can team up with a Logan. He can team up with the X-23. You know, have fun. Then, going to put a Mythic Legions in there. So here we are with a Mythic Legions Barbarian. And as you can see, Miles is significantly smaller. But he does look really good against those Foosh Ninjas, so I'm here for it. And then we have stuff like Marvel Legends Kingpins and things like that. But you will see all of that in the photos at the end, because I hope that you guys enjoy it. Last but not least, quick bonus. Because I just found out that he also made it into the trailer. as I watched in between, I was like, wait, I feel like I'm missing somebody. Here we are with S.H.F. Advanced Suit, which is actually smaller than Miles. Did not expect that, right? So, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Bandai. Thank you to Bandai Namco Collectibles. Shout out to all you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys because, you guys got me here in the first place. So I appreciate all of you. Each and every one of you, sorry. But most importantly, I hope that you are doing well. Hope that you're treating yourself well. And I hope that you are, whatever power you have, you're taking great responsibility in it. So as always, be good, do good, drink your water, guys.